So today I want to talk about traffic light systems with metrics. So for anybody who is an entrepreneur or measures things, likes to kind of analyze data, this is going to be really relevant to you. So keep on watching, keep on listening. Welcome back to consecutive day 1691 of Diary of a Runpreneur. Today's topic is all about the traffic light system and how you can utilize it with your metrics to make them supercharged. But before we get into that, please don't forget that this is part of a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. So do give this some support. As more people get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. And back to the topic at hand. So traffic light systems and how they can supercharge your metrics in life. So reason for this kind of topic is that I'm very much a metrics guy, very much a data guy. With everything in life, I strongly believe in the phrase measure what matters, and because you can't kind of gauge development or progression or regression in any sector of life if you don't have a way of measuring it or scoring it as such. And it's also a lot of kind of topics discussed around the word gamification, and the reason for that, as soon as you give something a score, the people that have an impact on that score become more interested and certainly more kind of inspired or motivated to make a difference to whatever that score is. So why am I talking about this today? Well, in real terms, I've started to introduce a process within my team of members of staff within all of my businesses, which is daily metrics. And this kind of replaces what people would kind of generally consider to be a daily huddle. It's especially useful if you've got remote members of staff, so members of staff that aren't working within the same vicinity, or people or stakeholders involved in whatever metric you are measuring. And the reason I've done this is that I've recently kind of fallen back into bad habits of being a control freak, micromanaging people. And what I actually realised is that the easiest way to kind of empower people is to give them a target, what they need to achieve, how they go about achieving it. You empower them to kind of be creative, develop new ideas, structures, processes, systems, whatever it takes to achieve that target. And the reason I report on a daily basis is it keeps people's finger on the pulse. So I send out kind of key metrics every day in each department of each business to the relevant members of each team, so that they can see how they performed on yesterday's data. So they can see whether that was a good day or not so good a day. To give it some kind of perspective as well, is we also have a kind of cumulative report which shows how their figures are performing for the week and for the calendar month. So we each have kind of weekly targets and monthly targets and ultimately quarterly targets, but we keep these daily ones, these daily kind of reports, to show the cumulative for the week, and at the end we'll show the weekly report to show cumulatively against the month. And what do we mean by cumulatively? Well, if our target is, I don't know, kind of 10 sales, or let's keep it nice and easy, 7 sales for the week, okay, or maybe 30 sales for the month, or 31 sales for the month, just trying to keep it nice and easy from a percentage perspective. We can then, in the cumulative report underneath the daily for the week, state, well, it might be Wednesday today and our week starts on a Monday, and if we've got 7 sales to hit for the week and we've hit, I don't know, it's Wednesday, so we've only got the 2 days worth of data to look at, we hit 1 sale on Monday and nothing on the Tuesday. Well, the cumulative for that week is 2 sales as of Wednesday morning out of the target 7. So, 1 out of the target 7. Now, cumulatively, to be on track to hit that, we should be on 2 rather than 1. So we might have a traffic lighting system which very simply just gives a kind of a green or an amber or a red dot next to the cumulative target of whether we are on target or ahead would be green, close to target, probably 10% would be recommended, would be amber, and behind target would be red. It just instantly highlights people's attention to what needs to be done to get it back to where it needs to be. So just that very simple traffic lighting system at a glance allows people to see whether we are on target or ahead of target, close to target or behind target. And it's really, really simple to do. It just takes a little bit of implementation. A lot of it can be done with automation. A lot of it can be done with formulas, etc. Or worst case scenario, you can do it manually. And you just need somebody to spend half an hour first thing in the morning to ensure the reports are out by the given time and that everybody who needs to see that report sees it. And all of a sudden, giving people daily metrics, which keeps people's finger on the pulse, is great to see how they performed yesterday, but seeing how that relates to the weekly and monthly targets and whether you're on track to achieve the target is super, super powerful with a simple traffic lighting system. So, learning from my diary today that data is so powerful if it's used effectively. And what do I mean by used effectively? Well, if you can glance at something and see whether and it tells you what it needs to tell you just by glancing at it, is usually a good indicator of whether it's effective data or not. And that's for anybody who is accessing that data. And that's where this traffic light system, red, amber and green, comes into play. A really, really simple kind of process that you're tracking cumulatively against a longer term target, but you're monitoring it daily. Really, really important. And if you're on target or ahead of target, you'd be green. If you're within 10% of being on target or ahead of target, it would be amber. And if you're behind target, it would be red. And that instantly, at a very quick glance, you just see the color coding, which everybody almost universally understands, and they can understand whether there's work to be done to catch up, or we know what we're doing really well, we just need to maintain this and we're going to hit target. Really, really cool. It gamifies business or gamifies metrics in life, and if you try it, it will supercharge productivity. I guarantee you that. So that's it for me. Questions or comments, drop me a line. Do they remember if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days of distance for the lap of the world, barefoot style. Do give this some engagement, subscribe, whatever, as the more people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.